So Zone Trader Pro beta testing continued, feedback from some of the beta testers, and this particular video is on ZM. So this is a soybean futures. I think it's a micro. Now, first of all, this is quite slow. I know how soybean works, so I've gone 60 days on the data series right now, and so the beta tester has put the strategy together, not really put the times of day, but conservative entries on both reversal and continuation, which is good. We have break-even stop loss at 161, which is quite high. Standard is 100, so I'm going to look at that, and then we pretty quickly we get to move it from break-even to 100%, and then quicker again to 1, 2, 3 at 200, and so on and so forth. So this bit's been optimized, which is good. I want to look at 60 days first, and I just want to look at the times of the day. I just want to get that out because the market's not open too long for this, but I want to make sure we've got no red zones there. So on 60 days, I'm going to go on the strategy performance report, and I mean, it's pretty good. Profit factor is 4.12, 66% win rate isn't brilliant. Max drawdown, it's not bad, to be honest. $742 max drawdown. We have 60 days, 5,500, only 18 trades. So that's not bad for this type of instrument. What I'm going to do is go to the analysis. I'm going to put it on entry time, and I'm going to look at hour of the day. So we've got some times of the day when it just doesn't work, but we have some really good times of the day here. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. it is really, really hot. So I'm just going to write that down, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that's really the time that we need this trader. Yes, there's a little bit, but there's too much risk for that little win there. This takes away some of the losers. So 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. sorry. So we're just going to change that now, but before we do that, we're going to go back to the summary. I'm just going to export that as a spreadsheet. So I've got something to compare against. Looks like this. It's just the same performance report. It's something to compare against when I don't make those first initial changes. So in the strategy, I am going to scroll down. So where it says trading sessions mode, going to select all days, and we said 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get rid of that. So that's the only time I want it to trade, really. It's the only time it's really active. This is EST. That's 9 a.m. That's wrong. So let's just do that. Okay, so let's just have a look at the strategy performance report a little bit here and see if there's any improvement. So yes, we've gone from a profit factor of 4.12 to 8.86. We've increased that total net profit to 6,398. Total number of trades only 14, but we've got a 78% win rate, which is really, really good. Max drawdown's only $411 now, so we are just cutting out those poor times of the day when we've probably got some European traders or Asian traders, just no good. What we really need is where the market is most active. So that's really good. So that's a massive improvement. So I'm just gonna export that spreadsheet again. So now we've got an updated one. So this is quite a slow mover. We're on the 10-minute time frame, so we can see a lot of the yellow here is the native time frame. So we are getting some reasonably good sort of conversions, if you like, and confluences with that. So I think the time frame's pretty good. But what I want to do now is take the data series. Now, the last 60 days is probably really as much as we need to go back because behavior changes. But I'm just on a mission here. I just want to take that to 90 days. and I'm going to click apply because I want to see if there's some longevity in this. Just going to look at the strategy performance. It's not a great deal more net profit, only 13 trades. So I think, you know, going back that far, you know, it actually solidifies what we've got over the last 60 days. We've got the right time frame. So I'm just going to put the data series back on the last 60 days. And then I'm going to do some visual checks on some of the trades. I want to see if we're taking out trading stops too early, we're going break even too early. So we haven't got many trades, so we're just going to go and find those, and then we're going to look at those individually so I can see where those orders are. So it's 2 contracts. We've got the conservative, we've got a stock market here, which is good. Comes all the way down, it closes at the end of the session. So that's brilliant. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's a good trade. We have a market buy here because it moves through this confluence too big, and where we have this is a continuation trade, so we use market order if surpassed. So if it goes through that stop market order too quickly for us to get the order on with the automated strategy builder, we've got that ticked to get us in the market order. So when we get that momentum, that's really good. And both were taken off at the next resistance zone. So just check that strategy again for continuation parameters. So one at the next fib zone or 600, and one contract at the EMA cross. EMA didn't cross there. That's unusual, but we can see if that's a pattern that continues. So next one. So this one entered pretty close to the session close, really. And again, remember, we're only going to 2 p.m. anyway. We're not interested in this bit because when we've looked at those times of the day, really isn't that much more profitable. That's just a one-hit wonder, but it wasn't a loser. Short here, this is where we get that confluence of 10-minute zones, and we get the short. And again, it goes all the way down to the end of the session there. So these are really good trades. ZM's a really good trade on the Zone Trader Pro. So this is a stop loss. Okay. And this is for so excuse me. This could be an issue in that I know for the reversal, if we look at the strategy, we've got both contracts to be taken off when we get a cross, okay? Now, this doesn't cross until we get to there. If we'd have taken profit out to this point, we would have secured more profit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change that one parameter. So this is where we were at this time, 639, low max drawdown, profit factor brilliant, number of trades 14, winning. So we probably won't change that purely because it was still a winning trade. What we want to do is increase that net profit. So I am just going to, I mean, there could be other trades where it didn't work out. So this is, and again, this is when I want to do it. But it's such a short trading window, in theory, it's better to take it out when it hits the next zone. So let's just change that one parameter. And that's very important here. So we're going to take exit at next zone. We're going to change that to 2. I'm going to change that to 0. So I'm going to change for that reversal. Because when this moves, it does move pretty quick. Okay, so there's that there. So strategy performance-wise, yeah, a couple extra bucks, $100. Profit factor's gone down a little bit. Max drawdown has gone to 591 from 411. So actually, even though we're trying to make a little bit more money, we actually get a max drawdown increase. Okay, so we're going to change that parameter back. It's not about making an extra couple $100. It's also about reducing the max drawdown. So I'm going to change that back before I move any further. So we had 0. In fact, let's just try one thing. We're going to go to 1 and then 1 on the exit cross. So when we cross the EMA, just to see if that makes any difference. That's the only other alternative that we've got. So we get this one come down and hit, and then the other one gets out at the trailing stop. So let me just see if that strategy performance is got better. No, it's worse again. Okay, so we need to go back. And again, it was a great optimization by the beta tester for ZM. So we're going to go back to change that to there, to the original state. Okay, because it's just one trade. We look at the one trade, we think, oh, we can make that one better, but how does it affect everything else? So we've gone back to that and we know we're good. So let's move down to the next trade. So this was a loser. Okay, we are going to get losers. It's just one of those things. One thing for me is, let's have a look at stop loss adjust to make it break even. So just going to quickly go through that. What sort of, it's a stock market. Yeah, it only just goes to 100% before it comes down. It doesn't go to 161, and this is on the reversal. Okay, so again, I found an opportunity that would actually get rid of that loser, but how does it affect the other trades? So I'm going to go to strategies again, and I'm going to adjust that break-even adjust to 100% and see what it does overall. So we've got a break even on the reversal at 161. I'm going to put that at 100. Let's click apply. So you can see here that was taken out of break even. What we've done is got rid of that trade. So let's have a look at the strategy performance report now. Is it better or is it worse? So it is worse. So instead of 5,398, we're actually, it should be 6,398, and this is 5,000. So we've lost $1,000. We've increased the profit factor, however, but the max drawdown is still the same. Okay, so we've gone 14, total number of trades 14, total number of winning trades 12. Whereas before it was 11 and 3. So we are taking a bit of risk away, but we are decreasing the net profit by quite a bit. So I'm just going to try one more. We're going to go maybe 110. Just one more try. I just want to, sometimes there's the tipping point and we've got to find it. If not, we'll go back to the 161. $110 still not enough, so I'm going to put that back at 161 where we had the original optimization. I'm going to change one thing at a time really, so let's change that back to 161. So for we have to accept there's not a lot we can do. This just went against us, and if we had everything that was 100% profit, then it's not real. So that's a loser. There's nothing we can do about that. It followed all the rules, you know, and we've noticed that over that period of time, majority are winners. So let's go through to the next one. So here we've got a market order. This moved down really quickly, so we had to get a market order here, and we can see that we hit a trailing stop at this point because there was no other zone and we weren't at the end of the session. There's no cross. I think, to be honest, that's done what it's supposed to do, which is really, really good. I like to see all the trades to see if there's anything we can do better. Perfect trade. Came down, came up, we got the reversal with that confluence zone, hit it, and then closed at the end of the session. Really good. Slight little loser going into the end of the session there. In fact, we've had two of those. Let me just see. So we've got exit on session close. Perfect. So I just want to change that time slightly. No, it's not going to make it. I don't think it'll make a difference to where we need to go, because that's when the actual session closes anyway for ZM. So we just have to accept. And just, in fact, let me just, because this, it's very important to understand when this trade entered, because the other one was very close as well. $13.30. So we really don't want to trade anything after 1 o'clock, I don't think. So I'm just going to change the timing slightly to see if we can get rid of some of those little losers. So let's go 1:30 first. We had the entry here. We had the, yeah, so we're going to need to try 1 o'clock. Or even probably 12:50. Let me just try 1 o'clock. I want to get rid of this one and then see if it's altered the others by doing the strategy performance report. Didn't quite do it. It's probably going to have to be a 12. It's coming through. That's when it came through there. 12:20. I don't think that's any good. Let's look at the strategy performance report just to see if what we did has made any difference. 6249. Not really made a great deal of difference there, to be honest. So I'm just going to try one more thing to 12:45 and then leave, then check it one more time. We don't, you know, it'd be nice. It's nice to run into the end of the session, but not getting too close. So I'm just going to do a 12:45 or 12:30 even. The better trades is when we get earlier on in the session. Still got us in. Strategy performance report. No real difference. Okay, so this is not really going to help unless we go to 12. We don't want to lose any more trades, so I'm just going to try 12 and then we'll go back to where it was. No, there must have been a trade that was one or two trades that were really good there. So actually changing that makes it worse. But again, we have to look at the behaviour. So we're going to change that back. I'm going to put it back at our 2:30 p.m. Okay, just have to pause a second. Let's just move forward. Great winner there, all the way into the close. Really good. Another good winner. I think we are as optimized as we're going to get. This was a loser. You know, we didn't get many. We got a great result. This just didn't move down. There's no data that comes out of that time, so this was just a reversal. We just, you know, it just didn't work, and that's, you know, that happens. Let's keep going. Okay, that's it. So I think this is now optimized, and because we've got a 60-day period, we've got a great, you know, nearly $6,500 low drawdown of 411 just by changing those timings really, and concentrating on when the best trading is. Max can set losers 1 compared to max can set winners 6. Everything looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to go to the strategies, and I'm going to send this to the group, to the beta testing group. So template, save, ZM, 10 minutes, Phone Trader Pro, 17th of March. So I can now find that file. So we go to Ninja Trader. We go to templates, strategy, Zone Trader Pro, ZM, and I'm just going to put it in there. Okay, so that's the end of this video, and hopefully it helps the rest of the beta testers.